Hello and welcome back to Superstar Craft. It has been a while since I have come out with a tutorial video, but I'm back today with a palm tree tutorial. So this is what we're going to be making today. Now you can make it together as two palm trees like this one, or you could separate it into two different palm trees. I am going to show the individual palm tree and then you can smash two of them together and it will make this palm tree. This will be a tutorial with commentary. I feel like tutorials with commentary give you the most detail on how to build something, and it could be really descriptive. And that's just kind of the way I'm starting to prefer to do tutorials. So that's what we're going to do. Kind of apologies if you don't like commentary in your tutorials, but that's how I like to do them. Also, this is my first tree tutorial that I'm going to be sharing. So I don't know the best way to share a tree tutorial. So let's struggle together. Okay. Let's grab our jungle logs. We're going to start by placing 4 jungle logs. Let's also grab a temporary block. So we're just going to use dirt as our temporary block. On top of the temporary block, let's go up 3 jungle logs. We'll remove the temporary one. We'll put another one here and we'll go up 2 blocks and we'll do that again and we'll go up another 2. And we'll do that one more time with 2 blocks. So this is what the trunk of your palm tree should look like. So this bottom one is 4. This second one is 3 blocks. And then we're going to go 2, 2, and 2. Okay, now that we have the trunk of the palm tree done, we are going to move on to the leaves, which is going to be the most difficult for me to try to explain. And I'm not sure if I should go layer by layer or start in the middle and go out. Should have had this pre-planned before filming, but we're going to wing it and I hope it comes out fine. Okay, let's start with this very top one. We're going to place 1 in front of it. I'm going to rotate around, connect 1 like this, like this. We're going to skip this one and we're going to move our way around here. So when you're facing the front, this is what it should look like. 1 on each side, except for this back side, and 1 here. In this open corner here, we're going to put a temporary block and a azalea attached to it. And you can remove that temporary block. We're going to work on the left side of the palm tree first, and then we'll move over to the right. So temporary block here, temporary block, another azalea leaf. We can remove those temporary blocks. We're going to go out 2 blocks and over 1 with an azalea leaf. Okay, let's go to this one here. We're going to go out 2 and over 1 with a leaf. We'll swing around to the front. Now working against this one, we'll go out 2 with a temporary, add 1 leaf and another. Coming back around here. We're going to go down. So under this leaf here that's diagonal to the log, place temporary block, place a leaf against it and 1 below it. So now it should be looking like this. Now 1 more right under this block here. I'm going to put 1 leaf hanging down. So that is the left side. Now we'll come over here to work on the right side. Temporary block right on this corner one. We're going to go out 2. Take your leaf. Go to the right with 1. And we're going to add 2 more underneath. Off of the one we just placed, we're going to go out 2 and over 1. Place your azalea and go underneath and place another one. Now we're going to swing around to the right more and working off of this side azalea leaf. We're going to go 2 temporary blocks, 2 azalea leaves, 1 underneath, a temporary block, and then towards the inside of the tree against the temporary block, another leaf. And you can remove that temporary block. Now we're going to work on this little corner over here. So we'll swing to the back. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3. And on that last one, we'll go over towards the right, which facing this way is the left. But and just place one azalea leaf. Break down your temporary blocks. Okay, before we go any further, get your cocoa beans, and we're going to place one here, one here. We're going to go up one and one down here. Okay, so that is the start of your palm tree. That is the bottom half. Now we're just going to go up layer by layer because I think that might be the easiest way to follow this tutorial. If it's not, we will learn and we will try a different way in the next tree tutorials, if there's ever more tree tutorials to come. But we got to make mistakes to learn. So let's see if this is a good way or a big mistake. Okay, let's move in towards the middle of the palm tree first. We're going to place a leaf right on top of the log, and we'll go forward one. We'll go to the right and put one next to it, and then we'll go forward with one more block. And then here we're going to put one to the left of the leaf that we put on top of the jungle log, and then we're going to come around here and put one in front of it. So it was just 2, 2, and 2. Let's do what we did earlier, and we're going to work on the left side of the palm tree first, and then we'll go over to this right side. We are going to put a leaf right on top of this one here. Take a temporary block, place it against, and then to the right side of that temporary block, put another leaf. And then we're going to put another leaf against this block that we just placed on top of this one here. We're also going to put a leaf on top of this one, as well as on top of this one, and one to the right of it. And this single one, we're also going to put a leaf on top. Now we're going to take a temporary block and right against this one, still on the left side. Temporary block here, another temporary block, and to the right, a leaf. Okay, we'll scoot over a little bit to the right side. Take your temporary block against this floating one. Go over 2 with one here. So this diagonal one should connect to these 2 hanging out on the right side. Place 2 temporary blocks to the right. Swing around and place 1 block. Now we'll move on to this section over here. So right where you have the log, we're going to come over. Place a temporary block and place 3 leaves to the right of that temporary block. On the side where the temporary block doesn't have any leaves, so we're going to add a leaf. We can remove that now. We'll add a temporary block here and go out this way with 2 leaves. So you can see that a lot of leaves that are starting to connect to the ones that were just hanging around are coming out in curls. So you can kind of see that here. Little curl down, curl down. These will all have little curls. So from above, this is what the palm tree is starting to look like. The next one we are going to place is going to be this one right here. So right on the left hand side where we have this hole in our leaves, we're going to place one right there. And from there, we're going to go to the left of that one and we're going to put 2 leaves. From the top of that one, we're also going to do 2 leaves with one pointing to the left. So if you could see, this is the one we placed with 2 going off of it, 2 going off the top of it with 1 to the left. So with this row of 3, we're going to place one against this middle one. Take your temporary block, place a leaf on the left and right of your temporary block, remove that block. On this right leaf, we're going to put one more to the right and 1 to the south of the leaf. Okay, let's move forward a little bit. So you can see the jungle log right through this leaf here. We want to skip this one and go forward 1. So it's going to be right above where we have the cocoa bean. And it's going to be against this block here. We place a leaf. We're going to add 1 to the right of it. We're going to add 1 south of it. We're going to go 1 more to the right and 1 more south. All right, we're going to go right back to where the leaf we placed above the cocoa bean was. Spin around, and we're going to place 2 against there. Okay, now we're going to move more towards the right of the palm tree. Take your temporary block, come down here, right against this leaf here, we're going to place a temporary block with a leaf attached to it, and place one to the right, one to the south. On this one, we're going to place a temporary block to the right with a leaf to the right. Come to the north side of this block, place another temporary one and a leaf. Okay, we're going to move forward a little bit and we just have one more block to place. So on this block here, we see this little curly one on the right side. Right on top of this block here, we're going to place one, and we're going to place a leaf on the north side. Let's see, this is what your tree should be looking like so far. Not much of a tree. Okay, let's move on to the next layer. Okay, we have one more block to place for this layer, which I forgot to add in to the left side, but it's really simple. From the front of the tree, you have this one floating block right here. We're just going to put a leaf right on top of it. Now we'll move on to the next layer, and we have 4 more layers to go. I hope that the leaves just aren't getting so dense and mashed together that it's hard to see. I hope doing it in first person is making it a little bit easier. Working off the last block we just placed, and we're going to work our way right this time and then go to the left. On top of the last block we just placed, we're going to put a temporary block. On the right side, we're going to put a leaf. On the north side of that leaf, we're going to do 2 blocks, and to the right, we're going to place 1 block. So it looks like an upside down L. Let's remove this temporary block. Against the last block we just placed to make that upside down L. To the right of it, we'll put a temporary block. On the north side of that block, we will put a leaf. And to the right side of that leaf, we will put another leaf. Against this last block that we placed, temporary block and leaf. We can remove that. And we are done with this bottom side. We will move up to the top right. Okay, off of these 2 blocks here, we're going to come down to this one, and we are going to turn around and place a block on the north side. We will add a block to the left and a block to the north of the temporary one. We will also add a block here in this corner, and for the one on the left, we will connect a block going left again. So we're going to go above this temporary one where we have this leaf. We're going to add a leaf on top of this one here that's diagonal. We could remove that. Now we're going to work on these 2 above this one. We are putting temporary block with a leaf to the north of it. Okay, that is the right side. We'll move on over to the left. We're going to work on this leaf here that's kind of in a Z-ish shape. We're going to go diagonal, and we're going to put a leaf block on top of this one. We're going to go temporary block below it, leaf to the left, remove that one, temporary block to the left, place a leaf to the north of that temporary block. Add a second one to the south of it, and a leaf to the left. Okay, and that is the bottom left side. Now we're going to go to the top left side. And we're going to start with the same block that we started the bottom left. So we want temporary block here. To the north, we will put a leaf. You can take your leaf and we're going to go diagonal, and you can place it on top of this leaf. We also want to skip this block and put one here. And then these 2 blocks are going to get leaves attached to them. So this one will have 1 to the left. This one will have 1 on top of this leaf. This one here, we're going to do a temporary block and add a leaf. And that's that for that layer. Okay, we're going to start on the left. So on this leaf that's all by itself here, we're going to add 1 on top. We're going to come up here a little ways. This leaf that's all by itself, we're also going to put 1 on top, and we're going to add 1 to the right. We're going over 2 blocks from there. Now we need to add a temporary block here so we can place a leaf on top of this open space here. Now diagonal to this block on top of this open space, we also want to put a leaf, a temporary block, and a leaf to the right. And then from this block, we want to go diagonal this way, so over this open space. So put a temporary block to the right of it, and to the north of that temporary block, put a leaf. Okay, we'll go back to this middle block here. We're going to put more diagonal leaves. So one is going to go to the right on top of this leaf. Another will go in this empty space. So we want our temporary block and a leaf. And on this block, we want to go over 2 and come back to this diagonal one, and we're going to go over 1. Sticking with this block here, where this open space is, we want to go south a block. We want to go left of that block, south of that block, and left of that, oops, not there, left of that block. And we also, from this block, we want to go one more south. So right on top of that leaf. Okay, let's move a little bit towards the right. We have a gap. We have a lower leaf here, and then we have this leaf here. We want to put one right on top of that leaf. We only have 2 more layers to go, and each layer has less leaves, which is nice. We're getting so close. All right, from the top, if we look down, we can see this gap right here. To the right of the gap, we're going to put a leaf on top of the other leaf. Okay, we'll go back to this gap. We want to go diagonal to this other gap. So we want to put a temporary block to the south of the gap and put a leaf to the left of the temporary block. The leaf we just placed here, we want to do one to the south. We want to take a temporary block, place it to the south of that one, and go over 1 to the left and place a leaf to the left of that temporary block. Let's move up from that one we just placed. We're going to move up 2 blocks, and on this 3rd block here, we want to put a leaf with 1 to the left. To the north of this block that we just placed, we want to go 1, 2, 3 temporary blocks with a leaf connected. Now from this leaf, we're going to go, we could have kept the temporary blocks again. We're going to go down 2 temporary blocks. We're going to go to the right 1, and we're going to add 2 leaves. That's it for the left side. Let's do a couple leaves over here to the right. Now we have this single block right here. We want to do 1 temporary block south with a leaf, another temporary block, and we're going to go right with a leaf. Sticking with this block up here, we're going to go 2 temporary over with 1 leaf to the right. 1 more layer, and it's only, I believe, 5 blocks, and we're going to be connecting these random ones that are floating now, so they have their own little curls coming off the top of the palm tree. So we'll start on the right first, where we have this floating block here. We want to put a temporary block on top of it and 2 to the left. You can see it made its own curl. Now we're going to come over here to the front where this floating one is here. We're going to pull up. And this block here, we want to put a temporary block with 2 leaves coming off of it. So now we have another curl. Now we're going to come back here to the top left side of the palm tree. And now we need to do something with this floating block. So let's put a temporary block on top of that one with a leaf to the right. To the south of this block, we'll put a temporary block with a leaf to the right. And now you can see it's its own little curl. And that is your palm tree done. You can see all around from every angle. It is now a finished palm tree. The only thing left that you have to do, if you want to do, it's totally up to you, is randomly place in some glow lichen underneath it in random spots just to give it a little bit of light here and there. Just anywhere tucked up in here. You can even do a little bit on the top. It just gives it the slightest bit of glow at night. It's very minimal. That's why I say it's optional. You don't need it if you don't want it. So there you go. That is the palm tree. All you have to do if you want different shapes is just change the trunk of the palm tree. You can keep the leaves the same exact thing. Like I kept the leaves all the same. I just rotated it and it gives it a slightly different look where they don't all look exactly the same. So you can see here, this palm tree that we just built is actually this one right here. But to connect it to a smaller palm tree, I just slightly changed the bottom of them. So instead of 4, 3, 2, 2, 2, it goes 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. And then we add a smaller palm tree here with the same leaves, just facing in different directions. So you can have a single or you can have a really cute double. Up to you. You can make them taller if you'd like taller palm trees. But there you go. That was my palm tree tutorial. I really hope that was helpful. Trees seem kind of tough to do a tutorial on. All the leaves look exactly the same and they all just blend together. So I hope first person was really helpful. And I hope you enjoy your new palm trees. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you next time for a couple small boats that we're going to build. Bye.